hit the sub and hit them notifications and share this video too. I was running, but I can't run and talk to y'all at the same time, so now I'm walking. Listen, we're proving more and more that the Sixers are proving more and more that we're not a playoff team. We're not a playoff contender. We're proving that we're not going to win in the playoffs at all. You know, somehow, some way, a combination of Nick Nurse and his rotations and a combination of inefficiency in the third and fourth quarter, we find some way to lose the game. I'm gonna say it. Nick Nurse right now, he's got to go. And I know that we're 8-6, but really, like I was telling Steven the other day, what's up, Cheyenne? I see you in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like when you come in. Hit the like, share the video, man. Like I said, they're not sending my stuff out, but like I was saying, Nick Nurse is the problem. He's the major problem. Look, I used to ride for Nick Nurse, but we got the personnel. There's no reason why we should be losing these games that we're losing. And we're for some reason, he tends to not understand his personnel. Like, I understand we have Andre Drummond. He had 12 rebounds yesterday, okay? Solid job. But we can't have Andre Drummond out there in the fourth, like at the end of the game. We got to have somebody, we got to have youth out there at the end of the game, because a team like the Raptors are too athletic. You know what I'm saying? They're too skilled. When we talk about Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, even Emmanuel Quickly, and I can't forget B.I., the brother representing Duke, Brandon Ingram, we're not going to beat them. And then Scotty Barnes, see, this is what y'all have to understand about Scotty Barnes. And I talked about Scotty Barnes here and there, but I really haven't given him his praise and his flowers like I should be, though. But Scotty Barnes has a knack for the fourth quarter, for the end of the game. I don't know, it's something about him, and people sleep on this guy, especially when he first got into the league, man. It was a crying shame that nobody was talking about that, but that's expected because they're the Raptors. They're the Raptors. So everybody's gonna say something. I mean, nobody's gonna say something or anything about the Raptors. They're not gonna say anything. You know, but now you have to talk about these teams that you don't necessarily want to talk about. Like, look at Atlanta. Look at, okay, Detroit. It's these teams that you used to be able to just walk all over. And trust me, I'm going to talk about Houston in a little bit. Shout out to the guy, my guy Ticket, for talking about H-Town. I'm going to do a video on H-Town, but I'm going to get to them a little bit later on. But there's no reason why we should be losing these games. No reason at all. You know, I was highly pissed off last night because, we did beat the Raptors. And nobody, like I was telling a couple of the Sixers fans, you know who you are. We're not going to win any games until we beat some of these teams. I don't care if it's in the regular season. We have to prove that we can beat them. We have not beaten. The only team that we beat over 500 was the Raptors. That was it, and they came back and they got their good get back. We lost to the Bulls. Okay, we lost to Detroit. We lost to Cleveland. All of those teams are proving that they can actually win in the playoffs, and they actually been winning against inferior competition. So that's why people are sitting here and they're not taking us seriously. You know, that's why I told some of these Sixers channels, I said, we could scream and shout all we want to, you know, and sit up here and try to get, you know, hope that Embiid is going to come back and that Paul George is going to reemerge to the Paul George that he was in Indiana and all this other stuff. But until we make some serious changes, some more serious changes to our personnel, and then on top of that, I just think it's the coaching. We're not going to go anywhere. Nick Nurse not doing a good job. Ted, what's up with it, man? You said Sixers are young. Youth is not an excuse, man. Youth is not an excuse. OKC is young. You know what the average age on OKC is? Go look at it and hit the like when y'all in here too. You said we're 2 years away. No, we're not. No, we're not. We got a while before that happens. You can't be 2 years away and not know how to win in the third and fourth quarter, Ted. No, he's not. He's not right for the job. See, you got to go look at the rotation. Then on top of that, we have Bona. Like, see, that's the thing. You got to go look at the roster, man. Go look at the roster. Look at what we got. Jared McCain is not the same now. Ever since he sustained that injury, not the same. He was a negative 12 last night. That's what I'm talking about, Ted. You got to go do examine. Nobody was in the positive last night. Maxey, as much as I like him, and he had 24. He was a negative 9. VJ Edgecombe, he had 21. He was still a negative. And the Raptors weren't so young. They weren't even all that young. Those guys were in their 30s. Kawhi, I think was when he won, he was like 20. He was close to being 30, or close to 30 or something like that. He was like 20, 27, 28 or something like that, 29. Kyle Lowry was already older. Now, if you talk about Fred VanVleet and you talk about Pascal Siakam, yeah, they were young at that time, but Marc Gasol wasn't young. But like I said, Nick Nurse, he's not right for the job, Ted. We gotta make some changes. We've got to make a coaching change. There has been times when we sat up there, we had the game at bay, and he decides to go to Embiid. I'm talking about when Embiid was in the game. He decides to defer to Embiid instead of giving it to Maxey, who's cooking, or giving it to Grimes, who's cooking. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Or taking Bona out of the game and putting back Embiid. Stuff like that, man. That's not good coaching. If we want to talk about good coaching, Ted, Ime Udoka is doing an excellent job over there. Okay? Good coaching, great coaching is BJ Bickerstaff, who we lost to in Detroit. That's excellent coaches. They're coaching circles around Nick Nurse, Ted. Everybody is coaching circles around him. So I understand the man. He had the championship and everything like that, but we're winning. We're losing against teams that we should be winning against. You know, we can't get blindsided by that one championship, man. If you're not doing your job properly, it's time for you to go. Everybody wants to sit here and it's just like what they think about LeBron James. They think LeBron James is in year 1 or year 2 or some shit like that. No, LeBron is in year 23. Just like Paul George is riddled with injuries. He's never going to be the same. Just like Embiid, he's never going to be the same. These guys are done. They're done. You can't rely on them. All this day to day and I'll play when I feel like it. You know, Two-Raw brought up a good point. Shout out to Two-Raw. He brought up a good point yesterday when he was talking about Draymond Green. Shout out to Two-Raw, man. He brought this point up about injuries and stuff like that. If you're hurt or you have a little bit of pain or something like that, a lot of the players used to play through the pain and feel better. I agree with that 100%. And then keep going, because if you keep sitting down, that's not good for your body. That is not good for your body if you keep sitting. Okay, yes, you want to rest and heal to a degree and stuff. I'm talking about if you got breakage, if you sustain a breakage or a fracture or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or a tear. Yes, I understand that. But just pain, or you know you're bothered by something or something like that, man, you better wrap that shit up and keep on going. Hey, your stats might not be the best, but you can do other things. If you can't score like you once did, you can defend a little better. You know, like that's stuff. And then when you come back, you see that you're gonna be out of rhythm. 9 times out of 10, you gotta get your legs back. You gotta get your wind back. Nah, man. I'm not gonna sit here and make a whole bunch of excuses for these guys. I'm not gonna make excuses for Nick Nurse. Y'all can sit here and get mad at me all you want to, but it's the truth. It is time for that dude. It is time for that dude to go. Now, last year, I'm not gonna blame that on him. But this year, man, his rotations, man, are suspect. And he's not doing a good coaching job, man. You said Draymond always hiding whenever Steph is out, shaking my damn head. I'm tired. Yeah, man. And you're a Warriors fan. Look, like I said, Cheyenne, I fuck with Draymond. Okay? Everybody knows I like Draymond, man, but like I told you, I always stand on this. I don't like some of the shit that he does. One of them is, okay, damn, Steph Curry, and at that time, Klay Thompson go sit down, I'ma sit down. Nah, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler gonna sit down, I'ma sit down. Nah, man, get your ass out there and play. You talk all that shit, you gotta be willing to back that shit up, man. You talk all that trash, you getting people faces and stuff like that, man. The least I want to see you do is at least try to lead. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be one of the leaders on the team. You sitting there, ain't nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you, man. Now, you did have, there was some injuries, a few years back and everything like that was clearly bothering you and stuff like that, man. But nah, man, it can't be, okay, Steph gonna sit down, so I'm gonna sit down. You know what that tells me? That tells me that you can't handle the load by yourself. And that leads me into talking about OKC. I stand on what I said about OKC. OKC is doing stuff shorthanded right now, right? Man, just wait till can you imagine when they get J-Dub back? Can you imagine? They doing this without, they beat the Kings last night. They beat the Kings. Easy work of the Kings. Again, SGA, easy 33 points, right? But I stand on what I said. I'll tell anybody, OKC is not only going to eclipse that record, they're 15-1 right now. They've only lost one game. They've only lost one game. Okay? Now I know the Rockets, they're hot right now. The Rockets are 9-1 in their last 10. Okay? And like I said, I'm gonna talk about the Rockets a little bit later. And can't forget about Detroit either. But OKC is gonna get that record, man. And not only are they gonna get that record, they're gonna win the championship. Now, yesterday I think Stephen Green was asking me, who do I think is a threat in the West to take down OKC? You said the Thunder versus Rockets Western Conference Final. They both serious trying to win. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you took the words right out of my mouth, Cheyenne. I was just about to say, the Rockets are showing that they could possibly be the biggest threat. Now, we got to understand this, Cheyenne. They played them tough that first game. They played them tough that first game. Matter of fact, that was the first game of the season. They played them tough. They went to overtime. Double overtime, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was double overtime, if I'm not mistaken. That was the one where everybody was fouling out. KD fouled out. But the Rockets are showing a big threat. And on top of that, the Rockets, they doing it without, a legitimate starting point guard. I mean, you got Reed Shepherd on there, but they don't even have Fred VanVleet. Yeah, they played last season too. Exactly. I wish they kind of would have stuck with Jalen Green, but that didn't happen. Hold on one sec, y'all. Now it's starting to rain. It's starting to rain on your boy now. Oh, Lord. Starting to rain.